Have you ever felt like you're not in control of your own life? Like there's an invisible force pulling the strings, making you react in ways you don't understand, fall into the same frustrating patterns and sabotage your own success? What if I told you that force is real and it's running inside your own mind right now? It's like a hidden operating system, a secret code that dictates almost everything you do, think, and feel. Think of your mind like a computer. You have the programs you see on the screen, your conscious thoughts, your daily to-do lists, the decisions you actively make. This is the part of your mind you're aware of. But scientists believe this conscious mind only accounts for about 5 to 10% of your total mental activity. So what's running the other 90 to 95%? That's the subconscious. It's the vast, powerful, hidden code running in the background, controlling your heartbeat, your breathing, and most surprisingly, the vast majority of your reactions, habits, and life choices. Most of us go through life believing we are the masters of our own destiny, consciously choosing our path. But in reality, we are being piloted by programs we never consciously installed. Where did this code come from? It was written long ago, before you even knew how to think critically. These programs are the result of childhood conditioning, things your parents told you, the expectations society placed upon you, and even traumas you may have long forgotten. Imagine being a small child. Your brain is like a sponge, absorbing everything without a filter. A parent's casual remark about money being scarce can install a poverty mindset program. A teacher shaming you for being too loud can install a don't take up space program. A painful breakup can install a love is dangerous program. These weren't malicious installations. They were survival mechanisms. Your young mind did whatever it had to do to feel safe, loved, and accepted. It created code to help you navigate the world. The problem is that code is still running today, long after the original situation has passed, and it's often completely outdated. This brings us to one of the most powerful and misunderstood concepts in psychology, the shadow. Coined by the legendary psychoanalyst Carl Jung, the shadow is the dark, hidden part of our psyche. It's a metaphorical basement where we've locked away every part of ourselves we deemed unacceptable. It contains all the emotions we were taught not to feel, like anger or jealousy. It holds the personality traits we were shamed for, like being too sensitive or too ambitious. It's the repository for our forgotten memories, our deepest insecurities, and the rejected aspects of our own identity. We all have a shadow. It's not about being good or bad. It's a natural part of being human. The problem isn't that the shadow exists. The problem is that we pretend it doesn't. And because it's locked away in the dark, the shadow doesn't just sit there quietly. It fights to be seen. It controls you from behind the scenes, and its influence is profound. Have you ever found yourself inexplicably sabotaging a great opportunity? Right when things were going well? That's your shadow at work, running a program that says, I'm not worthy of success. Do you ever experience sudden bursts of anxiety or anger that seem to come from nowhere? That's your shadow trying to bring a suppressed emotion to the surface. One of the most common ways the shadow exerts its power is through projection. When there's a quality in ourselves that we absolutely cannot accept, we tend to see it and hate it in other people. If you buried your own ambition because you were told it was selfish, you might find yourself intensely irritated by ambitious people. If you repressed your own vulnerability because you were taught it was weak, you might judge others as being too emotional. What we can't see in ourselves, we project onto the world around us. Your strongest, most irrational reactions to others are often a mirror, showing you a piece of your own hidden shadow. It's the ultimate defense mechanism. It's not me, it's them. Think about the recurring patterns in your life. Do you always end up in relationships with the same type of person? Do you constantly struggle with procrastination or imposter syndrome? These aren't just bad habits or bad luck. These are the symptoms of your subconscious code running on a loop. Your shadow is trying to get your attention by recreating the same scenarios over and over again, hoping that this time you'll finally stop and look inward. It's like a check engine light on your car's dashboard. You can ignore it, you can put a piece of tape over it, but the underlying problem won't go away. In fact, it will likely get worse. So what can we do? This might sound bleak, but here is the most important part. You cannot delete the shadow. You can't just uninstall these programs with a single click. Trying to fight it, deny it, or destroy it only gives it more power. The shadow feeds on ignorance and denial. The moment you turn and face it, its power over you begins to diminish. The invitation here is not one of war, but of integration. Awareness is the first giant leap toward reclaiming your own mind. It's about becoming a curious observer of your own life. The next time you feel a strong, unexplained emotional reaction, don't just react. Pause, get curious. Ask yourself, where is this feeling coming from? What older memory or belief might this be connected to? When you find yourself harshly judging someone else, ask, is there a tiny part of what I see in them that also exists in me? This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about understanding yourself. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's the lost, wounded, and forgotten part of you that is desperately waiting to be seen, heard, and welcomed back home. It holds tremendous energy, creativity, and vitality. The parts of you that you buried often contain your greatest strengths in their raw form. Your repressed anger holds the key to setting healthy boundaries. Your suppressed sensitivity holds the key to deep empathy and connection. By integrating your shadow, you don't become a darker person. You become a whole person. You become more authentic, more compassionate, and infinitely more powerful, because you are no longer wasting energy keeping parts of yourself locked in a cage. So I want to leave you with this thought. We are not broken. We are just unaware of our own code. The patterns that hold you back are not proof of your failure. They are simply the signs pointing you toward the work that needs to be done. And the beautiful truth is this: what we become aware of, we can begin to change. The journey of meeting your shadow is the journey back to yourself. It's the ultimate act of self-reclamation. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to explore more about how to understand and reprogram your own mind, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue to create content like this. Until next time, be curious and be kind to yourself.